Good evening, Big Brother fans. It is Saturday, May 11th, and about a month and a half from now, I'll be talking to you about Big Brother USA, along with Scott and Colette at about this time. It's actually later. This will be near the end of our show. It's about 11:30 Eastern Time, p.m. But I was out running errands, and I thought, hey, I've got about a 20-minute drive. I doubt I'll talk 20 minutes, but I can do a CarCast now about the finale of Big Brother Canada, which I finished watching yesterday. I grabbed it off of the interwebs late Thursday night, and so on Friday I watched it. And spoiler alert, I will talk about the winner and those kind of things. So if for some reason you have yet to watch Big Brother Canada, either any of it or the finale episode, which was on last night, you should not listen to any of this, because this will be talking about, the winner and all that other good stuff. So shut it off now, come back later. All right? You have been warned. All right, so I am tuned into this show, and I have to be honest here, I skipped about the first 20 minutes. I didn't care. I didn't need to see the recap of the entire season. I guess Wednesday's episode ended with Mark being evicted, right? Well, I'm going to go with that assumption. Yeah, Mark was getting evicted. They showed the beginning of... No, they didn't even show part one. So let's start with part one of the Head of Household competition, which was very interesting. Very unique to my memory. They've done a few of these. They had at the very beginning of the season, remember, they had to dig under a wall to win the first competition. I think that was the first one. And in this competition, they had to slide underneath these, like a bamboo fencing kind of a thing layout, but along a long stretch of it in a pool of water. And at the end was a floating little thing that they had to stack their chips on. If you haven't seen it, I'm not going to try to explain the whole thing to you. Just I'm assuming you all watched it already, so you're just kind of listening for my thoughts. I thought it was a really unique competition. I thought it was a difficult competition. Obviously, they all had problems with it, and I thought it was pretty darn good. I did enjoy it, and was the video game Power Veto? Oh, so that was the video game Power Veto was the night before. That's right. All right, that's why I was confused. All right, so I already talked about that on the last episode. So they did that competition. It was edited well. Couldn't tell who was going to win. They do that good. But Dane ended up winning. And both at one point or the other, you thought both Anthony and Kyra might have a shot at winning. I finally realized one of my kids dated someone named Kyra. I wish I had put that in my brain a long time ago. Oh yeah, just think of somebody's ex-girlfriend, their name, and then you will never get Kyra's name wrong again. Now I know it, but it's a bit late now to be thinking of that. So then that meant that this show was done, by the way, again, in case some of you haven't seen it, exactly like the USA version at this point. This finale show was done the same way. And so they did the first part one, and then Anthony and Kyra faced off in part two. Again, this is where I have an issue. So we know, first of all, it ended up being Kyra winning. She won it in 24 minutes, where they had to put in order, or people that different competitions or different people. You just stack them. They didn't have to be in order, but they had to be the right people. And Anthony quit. So this is the second competition in the last few that Anthony has just straight up quit. He quit on, well, he ran out of time on the video game, but he pretty much had given up at that point. And he quit on this. He literally said, I'm done. I'm not doing anymore. So it wasn't even that he ran out of time. He literally quit. Don't know how long it took. Or did it say how long? I don't know if it said how long it took. I don't know if it said how long it took, but it doesn't matter. He quit. That's annoying to me. But whatever. So you have Dane and Kyra facing off in part 3. This was live. You know, they brought out the jury. They brought Adam out because Adam had been evicted in the in Wednesday's show, and so they talked. I don't particularly care about any of this. They came out. Kyra and Dane faced off in part 3, and Dane killed it. I don't think Dane missed any. If they missed any, they both missed the same one, but I don't remember if they did. But either way, either they both missed the same one, and then Kyra had a meltdown, missed one, and I think missed 2, and then was still, so wrapped up in the one that they'd missed before that I'm trying to do this. I keep wanting to say a gender, but I'm trying not to. They had confusion over the next one and didn't hear what Arissa said of the choices were, and was saying, what was that? Which was that? And Arissa wasn't going to say anything, but Dane actually told Kyra what the two options were. And Kyra guessed. I think Kyra guessed right, but Dane had guessed right as well, and he won. But Dane actually gave Kyra the chance to catch up, because if he'd gotten it wrong, Kyra would have caught up with him or been one closer to him. I think Dane was ahead 2 of him at that point. So Dane wins. Now, Dane takes Anthony. Not surprised. Of course, we had no clue for sure what was going to happen. But, I wasn't surprised. I didn't think that Dane and Kyra were actually that close. I figured Dane figured he was going to beat whoever he went against. So, Dane takes Anthony. They get their questions. They answer their questions. I'm nitpicking on any of this would be that I think Dane did mention that he'd never been nominated, which, as I think I said on my last thing, that Anthony said he'd never been nominated, which I didn't understand why Dane let him get away with that. I would have gone with the angle of, technically, you didn't win the last set of household, so by default you were nominated, Anthony. Sorry. No clean sweep for you. That's what I would have said, but all of you that listen to the regular Big Brother Gossip Show know that I am a super stickler about that. And I think even Arissa afterwards said never nominated, so it seems like production is willing to award the title of never nominated, even if you're on the block for the last vote, or for when the finale, when somebody gets to pull somebody. I say Derek was nominated in Big Brother 16, and I say that Anthony was nominated in Canadian Big Brother 7. So that's that. But the vote was unanimous for Dane, as I think it should be. I know people said that Anthony was a great manipulator, and there are people that now that I think about it, I did see a couple of comments today that great manipulators will never win anymore because no one's willing to admit they were manipulated. Like Kyra was asked about being manipulated, and she's like, "Nope, wasn't manipulated. I was my own decisions." And my understanding is that people say that Anthony did manipulate Kyra in some ways. However, unless Anthony had gone into saying, I'm not going to win any competitions and I'm not going to try, or was obviously not trying, his massive fail on the last competition, part 2, and his fail on the video game one where he couldn't get anything. Now, I'm the last, I shouldn't be saying this because I bet if I went in there, I couldn't get memory comps. But I just didn't think Anthony did enough to win when compared to Dane. And apparently the house guests felt the same way. And that is Big Brother Canada 7. I have now watched an entire season of Big Brother Canada 7, and others would tell me that this was not a good season to watch. I would say that the last few episodes were pretty good, but I would agree, it got a bit repetitive there at the end. I was amused with how they talked about how the public loved this season and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, there's a lot of complaining about it, but all right, whatever. Make them feel happy. Now, in addition to the last episode, which was episode number 29, there were 29 TV episodes. The cast was on Good Morning, I think. It's a Canadian. It's on Global TV. It's a morning show. And they actually did almost an hour, which wasn't shown. It's on Twitter. Anybody can watch it. And it's basically a house guest roundtable where they talk to all the house guests. I tweeted out a link to the regular show, and I said go in about 22 minutes. And then Arissa Cox just today retweeted the link from Global that allows you to watch the entire, unedited or with extras, but it's like an hour-long thing. I don't think I could sit through an hour or more of that. I think I'm pretty much done. I watched a few bits and pieces, but I don't think I need to see any more. It was all right. It wasn't bad. Some of the comps were good. One of the unique things about this season for Big Brother was that they did not let the head of household participate in the POV competition, I think until there were 5 people left, because they basically said, the nominees and 2 other people get to comment, or the 3 people plus, was it 3? Worked out to 5. So it was 3 people in addition to the nominees got to compete. The head of household did not get to compete. I don't know if that made a difference in reality or not. I'm not sure. But that's how they did it. I doubt anything they do on Canada will work its way into U.S. versions. Don't forget, they also let a house guest come in ahead of time, watch the house guests. They also had Corey come in late and have to do things to get in, and that was a public vote between Corey and another person to get them in. There's a few little twists and wrinkles and stuff they tried. I like the spy theme. I like the house. The house looked cool. I like the way they dressed them up. In tuxedos and stuff, or they're in their 60s looking. They did one where they did kind of a throwback to the 60s. I mean, there's a few things that they were pretty darn. They go, to me, they seem to work a little bit harder at the presentation. And I'm not meaning to besmirch Big Brother USA, some of it, but some of it seems like they work a little bit harder on the presentation. Now, I can never complain about the live show, the U.S. live show, because frankly, the Canadian live show is edited. Even the finale was edited, so I don't think that was actually live. I think it was live to tape and shown after they did some editing. So you can never say, oh, the live shows are so much better in Canada. Well, that's because it's not live. They cleaned it up. But I really did enjoy Wednesday's show. So I did enjoy the way they really didn't do a memory lane. They did the awards rather than that. Was kind of a different and a twist, and I enjoyed that. And I believe that's all my thoughts on Big Brother Canada. It's a tiny part of me that wanted to go up to see a taping. I really did. I thought at the beginning of the seasons I might just find a way to get myself up there to see a taping. I'm assuming I can get in. I don't know. I'm nobody special. I doubt, even if I tweeted it at Arissa, hey, I want to come up and watch. Can I? She'd say, sure, you can try. apply online for tickets or however you do it. Come and get in line, but no promises. But it might be interesting. So, what else is going on? So we still have Big Brother, or we still have Survivor and Amazing Race that I will be talking about on this podcast. This as opposed to my non-Big Brother podcast. That's more of other stuff, life stuff, maybe other TV shows, but not. I figure Survivor and Amazing Race both still fall on this category. So I would still do a podcast. I will still talk on here about that. Can't think of anything else to say. And I'm close to home. So I'm about to get off on my exit. So, yeah, that wasn't bad. Thanks for hanging with me, people, listening to me talk. Oh, no, I still got another 5 miles. But I'm still going to hang up, say goodbye, cut this puppy off, get it uploaded tonight. Hope everyone is well. Hope you're getting ready for Big Brother U.S. version. And, I'll talk to you guys sometime next week, probably. All right? Everybody take care. Maybe I'll go back and listen to one of these at the end to hear the commercial, just to see how these commercials sound and see if they're too annoying. Because now I've been tacking commercials on the end of this episode since January. And I haven't listened all the way through to one, so since like the first week that I did it. So I'm going to go and check and see what kind of commercials are loading on here. See if it's not too annoying, so that I leave them on there. All right. Goodbye, everybody. Take care. See ya.